Yes, welcome everybody to Energiekontor's half-year update. In mid of August, last Friday, we published our half-year figures. As a short reminder, you can see here again our organic growth model. What makes us special is that we grow out of our own resources, so we are not dependent on external financing. And this was important, especially in the last couple of months, where there were some turmoils in the markets, and we were able to disconnect from these fluctuations, as you will see within a few seconds when I show you the very good figures for the half-year financial year 2023. As you can see, sales went up by 24% to 65.2. The EBT, earnings before taxes, that is the main figure we are focusing on, almost or even more than doubled in the first half of financial year 2023 compared to the first half of last year. The group result went up by 23% to 44.5 million, and the EPS, in fact, then stood at 1.50 euro compared to 0.61 euro in the same period of the previous year. Well, as you can see here, all three business segments contributed to the very good result in the first half of 2023. You can see that project development and sales, EBT contribution of 9.3 million, power generation in the group-owned wind farms and solar parks had a positive contribution of 16.5 million, and operation development innovation, EBT contribution of 2 million. Project development and sales were driven by selling 2 parks in Germany, 1 wind and 1 solar parks, and 2 Scottish parks in the first half of 2023. The power generation in our own parks profited from increasing generation capacity, and also operation development had a positive EBT contribution. It was a bit lower due to lower wind performance in the first half of 23. Also, you can see that the balance sheet had been extended in the first half of 23 compared to the same previous year, basically or mainly because of having more projects on our own balance sheet. Also, the equity ratio nicely increased to almost 20%. Keep in mind that the actual equity ratio is higher because all the parks that we take on our own balance sheet, we do so at the manufacturing cost without any developer fee that we could earn if we would sell those parks. So there are some hidden reserves in the balance sheet that would add to the equity ratio. Also, we have cash liquidity of some 30 millions on our accounts and short-term bank credit lines of some further 30 millions. So that means 60 millions in total of short-term financial capabilities. The bond portfolio, I just mentioned it, has been increased compared to the first half of financial year 2022, but 55 megawatts. So that's why also this segment contributed positively to EBT. There hasn't been much change in the regional distribution. Our main portfolio is still based in Germany, but the UK is catching up. And in Portugal, we're actually now repowering the parks we have ready. So there's going to be some contribution from Portugal in the next couple of months as well. Yes, after we've published the financial figures, 2 of our analysts published their new forecast. And you can see that all the analysts we have give a buy recommendation, and the medium recommendation value of Energiekontor is set with 131.2 target value. At the moment, the share is around 80 euros, so there's some room for increase there. As you can see, everybody expects Energiekontor to perform rather well over the next couple of years. Also, we were able in the first half to increase our project pipeline, which is the basis for our future growth. Just to give you an overview, the total pipeline has been increased by some 600 megawatts to 10.8 gigawatts. And as you know, we don't focus on any other countries than the developed countries. That is the 5 countries we're at the moment. And we see that in phase 3 and 5, these are the late stage project development phases. We have a total of 1.9 gigawatt compared with 1.3 gigawatt that we realized since the foundation of the company. You can see there's ample opportunity of growth in this project pipeline over the next coming months and years. Also, we're able to diversify our project pipeline again by regions. You can see that Germany is still accounting for more than 50%, but the UK and France are catching up, so that the regional diversification is increasing, which is good to also weigh out differentiations and fluctuations in regional markets over the year. Also, you can see that the diversification by technology has been increased again. You can see that 2/3 is wind and 1/3 is solar of the project pipeline. That's actually the kind of focus we're going to have in the future on our business model in total. Yes, what is the outlook for the remaining 6 months of this year? We expect a very strong second half of the year. We expect 8 wind parks and 1 solar park to be commissioned with a total generation capacity of some 130 megawatts. The group's own portfolio is supposed to increase by finishing the repowering project in Wegberg and Jakobsdorf. So that would add another almost 30 megawatts in operation. And we also expect another wind park to be sold in Great Britain. And so you can see that the second half of 2023 will be crucial for reaching the targeted full-year financial figures. To remind you of the target we have published in March 2023, our aim again is in 2023 in total to increase EBT by 10 to 20% from a starting point of 62.9 million in the previous year. Of course, we have the same risks that we have mentioned in the half-year report again, that is delivery and availability constraints, especially in the wind farm segment, but also inflation and high interest rates still weigh on the business development and may lead to delays in the project business. Also, we are still very much on track for reaching our growth strategy, which we call 2023-2028. That is increasing the group EBT from 60 million, or roughly 60 million in financial year 2023 to 120 million in financial year 2028. That is doubling the company, and so far I can say we are on track with the numbers we have just published for the half year of this year. That was it, giving you a short overview of the first half of 2023. Of course, we're happy to answer all your questions. You can see the contact data for investor relations of Energiekontor here, and we're happy to answer all your questions. Thank you very much.